Mr. Jörg Endres, Managing Director of Germany, Argor Heraeus, and Mr. Yannick Thurner, Vienna Branch Manager, Emile Plus Müller, Saša Ivanović, CEO, Center Zlata, and Odrljin, Head of Sales, Croatia Mint. Thank you for coming.
Thanks.
Okay.
Не чуємо се добре, pa sada bolje.
Okay.
Hvala ti, Yannick.
Mr. Endres, herzlich willkommen.
Danke.
How did the demand, the physical investment gold in Europe and the world change in the last 5 years? But we can comment in the last few days.
So what I see in the last 5 years, and I've been present when there was the last turmoil in 2008, when I was working in London, but the last 5 years have been crazy in the end. From a production standpoint, we have our factory in Endres, close to the border to Italy, for instance, and when COVID broke out in 2021, we had problems bringing our employees into the factory because the border was closed. And there you saw the strong commitment of our Argor employees at that time, that we rented a hotel for them, and they were working basically 3 months without their families at the Argor site, to keep up with production. But in the end, we couldn't keep up with production because demand was too high. In 2021, 2022, we could have sold probably 2 or 3 times as much investment gold as we did. We were going from 2 shift to 3 shift. We were trying to harmonize our production. We were only producing the products that were easy to produce and they were demanded. And then we have seen in January 2023, we've seen a little bit of a slowdown after Christmas. But still the trend is that people buy more gold than 2019. So we see a slowdown in 2023, 2024. And then also in the last couple of days, when I look at this, we also see that when gold prices are high, some investors are coming, private investors, and returning their gold bars as well. So they use it as a trading and currency. So they bought it maybe 2-3 years ago, and now are giving it back to pay down their debt, and because they have higher living costs as well. But I think we also see a good buying culture. We see also people coming in and in terms of buying on a regular basis. Then if you buy a gold on a one-time basis, you're always afraid of, hey, was this the right time? But we see people coming in monthly and buying from our customers.
Why is gold so high, and why people buying gold and other precious metals more than before a couple of years ago?
There's always a run in physical assets. I saw this in 2008, where Lehman, the bank, went bust. People were going into physical assets. Then gold was going up to 1,500, 1,600, and then at that time gold was considered as expensive. And then people were buying silver, because they wanted a physical asset, believed gold was too high, and they were buying silver, platinum, palladium. At one point in time, even investors, institutional investors bought tankers, oil tankers, because they wanted to go into physical assets. They didn't believe anymore in currencies and the turmoil behind it. And this is the big asset of gold that has been driving the gold price as well, and has been giving its return for the gold price going forward. And I see this happening again. And when you look for the next years, also I don't see this trend going away on the gold side.
Okay, Mr. Thurner, you experienced growing demand in the last couple of years, and why? And especially a couple of days.
Yes, the gold price is always a trigger for selling and buying.
But why? Because this price is so high.
Yeah, that's a paradoxon, because a high price tells you that it's something valuable, and if your neighbor and your friends are buying gold, you want to be part of it, but you would be silly not to buy if the price is even rising to 70 euros. So the price is rising, and now you want to be part of this journey, and that's why a lot of people are investing. We face this also for silver. When the price is low, nobody is buying silver, but if the price is high, it gets more and more attractive.
But now is that is maybe expensive journey.
That's totally true, but yeah, it's not a logical world we are living in. So that's why we cannot predict what's happening. I agree with Jörg, but there are also some uncertainties which could even increase the prices, but could also stabilize. But with the elections and the uncertainties, I rather predict that there will be an upshift of the price until the end of the year.
We looked at the market participants in the last 2 years who are buying gold, and the private investors were normally, I think, but we saw institutional macro funds buying, we saw some speculative trading, we saw the Chinese central bank buying a lot, we saw a lot of physical gold from Hong Kong to China moving forward. We see a lot of buying on jewelry in terms of in India, in Thailand and so on. So for them, the gold price and the high gold price may not be that of importance. They look in terms of a long run. Yeah? A central bank doesn't hold it for 1 or 2 years and sells it. They look at, hey, is this the right investment for the next 10 years? Also on the jewelry side, is this the next investment which I want to have? They don't want to make the quick buy and sell, but then also when this comes, when there's a push for gold, then also other market participants come in who want to make the quick money, and we see a lot of long positions at present in the gold market as well, which is very liquid at present as well.
Okay, you told us briefly before that gold in India and Asia, it's more investor in gold than Europe and States. Why?
It has been a tradition, and you know the stories of if there's a wedding.
It's not investment.
No, it is a security, holding a security, and they don't see it as they see it more as a long-term perspective. Yeah, we look at pandemic. In the pandemic phase, not too many weddings have been happening. Now there's a lot of weddings happening in India, and this also drives the gold market. Yeah. Because in China and India, because the present for a wedding is traditionally gold, and because it is the preservation of the marriage and it is the preservation of wealth, and they see it more as a long-term investment. Yeah.
Mr. Ivanović, what do you think about that?
Well, I would like to tell a story about one client like 5 years ago. It was the price of gold, 1 ounce gold coin was around 1,100 euros. And he said, okay, yeah, I mean, it's too high, the price is too high now, but I'm going to wait for it to fall on 950 or something like that, yeah. So when the price rose, he bought it at around 1,400 or 1,500 euros. So he was waiting for a better price, but the price didn't fall. So that's we can see that happening again now with the gold price so high that we in the recent weeks have slowing of buying of investment gold. And everybody is waiting for some sort of correction. So maybe it's going to fall, maybe it's going to happen. But we don't know. Maybe it's going to happen. Maybe the price is going to stabilize here and grow. Maybe it's going to do a small retracement. But when you're looking at buying gold, investing in gold, it's a long-term decision. It mustn't be an investment that is planned only in a couple of months. It has to be held for at least 3 or 4 years.
When you're going to be speaking about Croatia and the region, are gold distributors in Croatia experience any significant changes in the demand in the couple of years?
Yeah, of course. We when the price started rising in 2018, we saw small rise in volumes, but as I said before, this is not a developed market. It is going to be in a couple of years. But we saw first major huge increase during the pandemic. It was really...
That was the trigger?
Yeah, that was the first trigger. We had really large volumes, really large volumes. That was like, could have been compared to the volumes in the rest of the developed countries. But then in 2021, we had even bigger volume than during the pandemic year of 2020. And then in 2022, we had a huge impact when the invasion of Ukraine started. And then we saw that the volume of sold gold didn't decrease as in the rest of the developed countries because, as I said, it's still a developing market. So we should expect not to follow with the volumes the rest of the world, but we are going to see, even though the rest of the world can see smaller amounts of selling in investment gold bars, that we are going to be increasing the volumes here.
Mr. Yannick, if we see this figure, are we looking to the new period of rapid growing in the next couple of years?
Let's see. I have no idea, but if you look at the macroeconomics, you would probably say yes. We are ready for it. We increased our capacities in production facilities, so but predicting from today's perspective and leading to the future is not always easy. And yeah, but I think, and I agree with Saša and Jörg, that investing in gold, there is never a wrong time for it. So most of them look at this gold investment in several years when they are retiring, and then there will be increase will be a big return on investment, and gold, as we are experiencing now in Austria, will be the only investment without tax on profits.
Mr. Endres, if I have right, you produce 20 billion euro gold and silver and precious metal.
You mean this is the value of the overall Heraeus company?
Yes.
Heraeus is...
do you have more capacity, and do you ready for more?
Yes, we are optimizing our production and we are building new sites as well. So we are ready for more capacity, but also I think we have to see over the long term. I hope that also investors look not only in the short run and buying on when there's a shock, but also look at a more stable basis. Yeah? And coming back to your earlier question, I think there's a good saying for short-term investors: if you buy high and sell low and make a loss on it, the value of gold is not gone; it just has someone else. Yeah? It is owned by someone else in the end, which is in the end the value of gold will still be existent in the end. Yeah? But on the capacities, I think I have no worries because of automation we are much better prepared and we've learned our lessons from the last 5 years.
Saša, you want to say something about growing and new period of maybe rapid growing, or do you want to?
No, I just wanted to comment who's buying actually the gold.
Okay.
There are two types of clients: speculative clients, but speculative clients that are looking for gold rising in a couple of years, and those who are buying gold for as a retirement plan. Because I wasn't expecting for us when we started selling investment gold a couple of years ago that we are going to see younger clients. I thought that there are going to be people 50 plus. But in the end, we see that people even in their early 30s are buying investment gold regularly, every month or 2 months or every quarter. They're buying and stashing it away and everybody's saying for the retirement. That's what changed for us the approach to the market, because when you see the clients, those clients are tending to buy smaller bars, because they don't care if it's smaller bar is more expensive than gold in larger bar. But when you look at it long term, in 10, 15 years, who's going to care if you earned 100% or 105% on your gold investment?
But who buying in Croatia and Slovenia now more speculative investors or citizens now when is the price of gold is the...
Well, at the moment, speculative investors are holding back.
Why now?
Right now, yeah, but now we are selling mostly to people buying long term. So they're like not happy with the savings. They know that the tax on probably, yeah, tax
then
on.
They expect the growing price of gold.
They don't expect nothing at this moment. They're looking at long term. So they're expecting the growth, but they're not expecting they don't care if it's high price or low price, because of something that I said earlier with the story of our client waiting for the price to fall, and that was a wrong decision. So in Slovenia, for example, we started in Slovenia. We opened an office there and started working a month ago, and we see totally different approach of clients there. Those clients are more experienced. So in Croatia we have a lot of first-time buyers. We have to explain to them what is gold, what are advantages, and how to cash their gold. Because I have to mention, I think everybody knows here, for that investment gold is really easy to cash. So you just come to the distributor or dealer of investment gold, and you can sell whatever you want and get cash or transfer to the bank account in an hour or in less than an hour. But we have to explain that to the clients here in Croatia. But in Slovenia, everybody knows that. Everybody knows when they come to the office what they want, and they just say, I want this, this, and this. We don't know
everything.
They know everything. They are quite used to dealing with the investment gold and saving and in investment gold bars and coins.
Mr. Odrljin, we heard now that the producer have enough capacity for growing. How important is gold production in Croatian mint, considering the fact that the production is circular money in your core business?
It's definitely important. It's getting more and more important because our basic job of our company is the production of circulation coins. That's of course the decreasing job, and the only way we can make up for that revenue is to concentrate on the investment and numismatic part, mostly gold and silver, mostly gold in Croatia, but also silver. It really is important for us, but our type of business is somewhat different than, let's say, Saša's, because as we deal with pretty much the same metal, our geopolitics is significantly different. We only sell what we produce. We make something about maybe 5 to 6 different issues per year in different sizes, different metals. And it's very nice for us to see that last 3 or 4 of our issues in 1 ounce got sold out pretty much immediately in less than 30 minutes. So I can see the Saša's perspective. Of course, he wants to sell as much as possible, but we have limited quantities, and our biggest, the greatest thing that can happen to us, that our products are pretty much immediately worth significantly more on the secondary market 10 minutes after being sold on the primary market, that is us. The other, let's say, not a problem, but the challenge is that we are limited with the quantities that we produce. So there is, let's say, we are aware that we cannot make the revenues similar as Saša does. But in those, what we can do is to get a higher margin on our products. And as I said, the best thing that can happen for us is the rise of the value of our products on the secondary market. Short term, but also long term.
If you see that, are you planning to introduce new products in the couple of months or years?
Actually, we introduced already 2 programs this year, and we have a plan for additional 4 until the end of this year. And in the further years, it's going to be up to maybe, let's say, from 5 to 7 to 8 different issues per year.
How important is numismatic for Croatia Mint? Because we are talking about gold and silver investing. How is important for Croatian market, Croatian Mint? Let's say numismatic for you.
It's extremely important for us because we, as a specific company, are the only company in Croatia that has right from the National Bank to produce coins as money, coins with a denomination. We have sort of more numismatic buyers than investment buyers because our margins are significantly higher than, let's say, what Saša does. But it's just a different business, and numismatic part is really extremely important for us, and we see as an opportunity with much growth possible. Let's say, for example, we had the biggest switch when we switched from kunas to euros. Before, when we were on kunas, it was mostly domestic market. And now, from euro and further on, now it's, let's say, 1/4 is international market, and that's the place where we can see the biggest potential for the growth.
Okay, Mr. Endres, what are your dangers of buying gold online?
What is dangerous of buying gold online? I think the online market in Europe is especially predominant in Germany. So people trust on the online market in Germany. I think there's a tendency that in the Eastern European countries, Czech Republic and Poland and so on, there's not so much trust there. Yeah? I think you have to look at from whom you are buying. So buy from some established players. Yeah? Buy from the mints directly, maybe, if you can. But also, I would see there's not so much danger, and I haven't heard any big problems on it. Logistical ways, sometimes that it gets stolen logistically, but also this hasn't been freedom because you are insured as a private investor. So I would trust the online market, for sure. Obviously, I mean, you have to look and also from
everything is online.
Everything is online, and I mean, what is us as a factory and us as Heraeus company is cybercrime is a big topic, and you have to choose someone online where you are secure or where you think that your data will not get stolen maybe in 5 years' time or so. So I think I would probably take one of the more reputable names on the online buying market that also have a safe connection and can protect your data.
Is it the problem for Central Zlata and Croatian Mint?
Yeah, I would like to say in our experience, we have growing online sales every year more and more. Because, for example, 5 years ago, every client that came to the office asked us one thing: how do I know that this gold is real? Now, maybe once in a month. So before, the trustworthiness of buying gold was terrible. So to sell something like 100-gram gold bar over online shop, it was not possible. But now people regularly buy gold bars from us, even 100,000 euros without problem with order online, because it's for them is more convenient. Yeah, they do not have to come to the office. They do not have to carry that gold. It's just delivered to their door, and they have like that security. And we managed to deliver gold in Croatia in less than 2 days to the door after the order. So that's a huge bump to our online sales, because people are used to waiting for gold for a couple of weeks, and we deliver it in 2 days.
You, Mr. Ivanović, and Endres, how much the value of gold is determined by culture customs?
Like culture customs.
Like in India, what is in Europe?
Or you mean when you look at the 2,000 euros, how much of that is from India and how much it is from normal investors or so?
Yes.
Yeah. That is a question for Saša, I think.
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
So, because it's difficult to say. I mean, I think from the historical point of view, gold was always bought in those countries like India and China and so on. Yeah? And this is a tradition. So they also have a lot of value of gold already. Also the central banks, they are investing, or they believe in gold. They have store the gold at home. So I've never seen any statistics on it in terms of what the value of it is, but I think they are an extremely important buyer on a yearly basis. So if the jewelry demand from India would fall apart, then we would lose a lot of jewelry buying basically, but I think it will not because it has such a history behind it.
Here, for example, in Slavonia,
Like Mr. Boganović said.
yeah, ducats are accustomed. Everybody is accustomed to golden ducats, Franjo Josip. So basically, we are still getting calls from older ladies and asking us if what's wrong with our price, because they see that our price is in some cases even 2 or 3 times cheaper for one golden ducat than they can buy the gold ducats in some jewelry store. The reason for that is that before everybody was it was not so common to buy ducats. You could not find them anywhere except for the jewelries. So the jewelers rose the price, yeah, because there was a big shortage of ducats. So they would buy it also 2 times above spot
Maybe it's time for changing approach.
Yeah, that's what is happening today. Yeah, everybody knows that what is the price of gold, and they can calculate what is the best product for them to buy. For example, ducats are a little more expensive than, for example, gold bars. So basically, there is a switch. But during in some culture parts where gold is actually bought as a cultural custom, they actually don't care too much about the price.
Also, when you look at the difference between investment bars and jewelry, typically jewelry never gets sold, yeah, because jewelry you give to your kids in the end, and this is what's happening there as well. So they pass it on to the next generation.
They have more value than
yes,
before.
They have more value. They can accumulate the value, and if you ever think of also using your investment bar to pay down your debt, you should be buying investment bars. Also because of the transaction value of it. So if you buy and sell investment bars, the cost you have is not, the transaction cost is not so high. For jewelry, it's a bit more.
If you're looking traditional Croatian custom, they have prefers the domestic products, or they prefer foreign?
I mean, when you look at the investment part of our business, of course, foreign, because there are no investment products Croatian. products. So basically what Croatian Mint is doing, it has a value of numismatical value in it. So if you're looking for an investment coin, then you're going to buy a foreign coin. But when you're looking to pay additional something for the beauty of it, they will customers are without a problem going to pay more just to have that nice coin. And Croatian Mint is doing really nice coins that people, everybody, we didn't have any wrong experiencing when people bought the coin and just came to the office to pick it up. When they see it, they're like surprised and they have words of praise for those coins. So basically, yeah, I think I answered this. Maybe in the future we will have some Croatian investment gold, but at the moment, no.
Okay. Mr. Odrljin, what do you think about Saša say, and is the numismatics market also growing like gold market?
Yes, it is. It's growing like gold market. I would even dare to say that it grows even with a more significant margin. We have specific buyers because they want a domestic product. Not that much of an investors, but numismatics, gifting, things like that. That's why we issue that much different coins per year, so we can serve pretty much everybody's appetite. So that's why we choose the exclusively domestic topics that are related to the history, tradition, famous people in Croatia, and our buyers recognize it, and in the end, I think that we are the only place that can fulfill their needs. If they need something domestic and something exclusive and special, and fortunately we are the only company in Croatia that can provide them with such products. And
Questions for Mr. Thurner and Endres. How important is Croatia and Southeast market for your companies? And Mr. Thurner first.
Yeah, it's very important for us. I like being in Croatia, obviously, but the Croatian market itself is very dynamic compared to the Austrian market. As Saša said, they have a lot of first-time buyers, and we want to be in that portfolio at the beginning, because a first-time buyer is buying a Heimalet bar, he will probably do again. So, and we want to catch these first-time buyers. And yeah, since the Croatian has the euro currency, there's also an upshift in this market, so we want to be part of it. And that's why this market is important, but also other Eastern European markets, because if you have a look at our Heimalet map with our subsidiaries or branches, we are mostly in Central Western European countries, and the branch in Austria is the closest hub to the Eastern European countries, and we want to invest in that market.
Okay.
Yeah, same for us. I mean, the Argo Heraeus brand has been the predominant brand in the Eastern European countries. Croatia is developing, so we are looking into Croatia, and we want to also support our Croatian partners to actually be selling the Argo Heraeus bars. From a European perspective, if you look at the statistics, probably when you look at all over Europe, what bars and coins are being sold to, half of the bars and coins are being sold in Germany, then followed by France, Italy, Switzerland, and so on. And then in the statistics, there's always the rest of Europe. So there's a relatively long path, basically, from a value amount, because the trust in gold in Germany and other online buying is much higher than in Croatia at present.
Yannick mentioned Eurozone. Saša, do you join the Eurozone changing anything?
Yes, of course. We had lots of trouble because we could only accept payments in Croatian kunas. Then we had to exchange those Croatian kunas to euros and then to pay for the gold bars. Then we again got the gold bars, and then again we had to sell them in Croatian kunas. And investors had also the problem with that, because majority of investors already had savings in euros on their accounts. So they had to lose money on conversion rate to change euros to kunas, then to kunas to we changed kunas to euros, and a lot of money was lost, and that's why the premium on gold bars were a little bit higher before entering the eurozone. But now it's a lot easier, and the transactions are a lot cheaper, quicker and cheaper. Yeah, I cannot even say how much money we lost in 2022, 2021.
How much?
Just for conversion.
Yeah,
More.
Yeah.
many. Okay, can we conclude that what is the global trends in the investment gold market? Start from Endres.
In the global gold trend market, I think there has been a big discussion on where is the sourcing from gold. Yeah? Do we source gold from the right countries? And I think this is where Argo stands for that. We look at 5,000 tons of gold that can be sourced globally, and then we want to be the most responsible manufacturer and also producer in the world. So we look at our partners where we source the gold from, and the trend will be that people will be looking in 10 years, where does the gold come from in Argo Helios bar? Yeah? What has been behind it? And we are looking also at present in blockchain technology in terms of that we can separate the gold from the mine with a Doré bar going on and going forward. You can look at your gold number basically on a 10-gram bar and see where it has been produced and where it has been coming from in the end. I think this is something that will come in the investment gold market. We don't see the trend in the investment gold market yet, but we see a very high trend on the jewelry industry. So for the jewelry industry or the luxury jewelries, they want to know where the gold is coming from. And I think 10 years from now, this will be also in the investment market as well.
And do you see potential for market price for gold $3,000 per ounce?
I mean, when you look at the chart which I was showing earlier, yeah, it has been 9% on a yearly basis over the past 20 years. If you drag this on over the next 10 years, yes, it will be over 3,000. Yeah? But I also think we had a relatively high demand of gold and high pricing. So I think I would even be satisfied with a smaller amount, basically on a yearly basis, a smaller return. But I still believe that gold will go up. It is a safe haven asset, and it will be the protection of your value.
Okay, Saša.
Yeah, I have to add here, Jörg and
Tough question.
Jörg and Yannick are always telling us about green gold, about CO2 neutral gold, and so on. That it's really important in other markets, but Croatians do not care about that. They just want cheaper gold, and that's it.
I didn't say you need to pay for it, but they want to know where it comes from.
Yeah.
The investment market has not been present yet, but the luxury industry, we see it very high.
Yeah, but I see that coming here as well. And when we were talking about the gold price of $3,000, you have to ask when. It's going there, for sure. But it's just a matter of how many years or how many months, maybe. I don't think that months are here. It's going to happen, but for the end of the year, I wouldn't be even slightly surprised if the price hit $2,500 per ounce. Yeah, that's a large jump, but it all ends up in what's going to happen in the world.
Mr. Thurner?
Yeah, the world is getting more and more transparent, and it will get even more transparent. So this is true. But our vision is to be individual. If we have a look like 10, 20 years ago, there were some less investors who would be able to buy a gold bar, and this was barely like, or mainly a 250 gram or 1 kilogram bar. And now we open ourselves to all investors, to small investors, to get their product, like if it's gold, silver, platinum, whatever. So we would like to offer our clients a product which matches with their wallet and their investment strategy. And yeah, the price can be seen everywhere, so it's always a matter of price. But if you have a proper product, the investor is probably willing to pay.
3,000 euro, 3,000
3,000 euros is a lot. Maybe we should put a disclaimer on the screen again. I will not go to that, but yeah, true, we will be at 3,000 euros at one time. Maybe in 1 year, in 2 or in 10, I don't know, but if we see the dynamic market right now, it's gonna happen, sure.
Okay.
I agree with all said above. I will just say one example. For example, I bought my first ounce in 2017. It was exactly 1,000 euros. And I thought to myself, when is this going to come to 1.3, 1.4? Now it's 2,000. Now it's 2,000. So the history is clear. We can all see what happened. I'm honestly convinced that the trend is going to stay positive. Exactly how much nobody can say, but from the point of view of our company, it's amazing for us because we are known as quite an expensive company, our products, and we plan that, let's say, 10 or 50% of increase in price is going to happen in, let's say, 4 years, 5 years. It happened in 2. And the guys that bought our products are even with their money only on the metal base, let alone the artistic value, the scarcity value, the rarity and everything. So it's going up.
Great for you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for coming and for participating.
Thank you.
A sada je na redu i posljednja današnja prezentacija što numizmatika jest, a što nije, koju će nam prezentirati gospodin